Hey, everybody, welcome on back. It's You Got to Try This podcast with me, Large. I have a very special guest with me for the whole episode. Try to blast through it real quick. It's Big Ev, Double Vodka Don. He's one of my guys. I love Big Ev. On top of that, we have Ian behind the ones and twos, making us all look like this wasn't shot on a potato. This episode is brought to you by Pepsi. Good food deserves Pepsi. Talk about this stuff all the time. I'm up in Island Creek Oysters, and I'm throwing down oysters like I'm running out of time. I'm eating caviar like I'm Dave Portnoy. I'm doing all this stuff. Once I saw that they had Pepsis in the fridge, boom, I was in there like swimwear. I loved it. I'm in Chicago at some Indian place that does breakfast. Indian and breakfast sometimes don't go together, but they made it work. And one of the things that made it work for me was that I had nice cold Pepsi on the side. Pepsi makes food taste better. It makes flavors pop. Every good meal that you have deserves to have a Pepsi next to it. So if you're at White Manna on Truck Route 1 and 9 in New Jersey at 2 o'clock in the morning having a greasy burger, or if you're sitting in some fancy restaurant about to go into some sort of meal that I can't even pronounce, throw a Pepsi on the side there, and I guarantee it's going to make that meal a little better. I appreciate Pepsi's continued support, and I want to say one last time, good food deserves Pepsi. So go out and get yourself a Pepsi. And if they don't have it, make sure you ask for it. Big Ev, how you doing, my man?
I'm great, Large. It's good to be here. It's about time you asked.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's easy to be in the New York office and know that you have people that you want to do this with. So when I first started this podcast with Ian, I was like, oh, I could definitely have a Big Ev on anytime I want. Like I can have you on anytime because we bump into each other in the office and we're generally pretty friendly. I don't think I've ever had an argument with you.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Not that I can recall.
Yeah. That to be honest, I don't think I've ever had
a national championship game last year, but
yeah, exactly. But you were a gentleman. But you were a gentleman throughout that whole thing. Don't you think like going out there for that, like Tate was nicer than I think he would have been not because Tate didn't want any of the smoke. I just think, it's just more friendly. You know what I mean?
It's because you're a respectful guy. There's an energy. I'm a very match energy guy.
Yes.
So if you I'm not really a start confrontation guy, but if you bring it to me, I will gladly bust through that door.
Yeah.
No problems. I'll match it.
But
I'm not the type that's usually gonna just start out of thin air.
What about my age? Is it because you don't want to pick on your uncle?
You're like a cool uncle. There's a respect factor there, but at the same time, I give it to Dave.
Yes,
and Dave's significantly older than me.
But Dave wants it
because he brings it to my door, and then I try to kick it down.
Right,
and then he tries to kick it back over.
Ohio State is such a bullshit fucking program. No, I'm just kidding. That's who you're bringing it. I do want to talk about
Notre Dame.
I do want to talk about Columbus though. Because off the bat, I don't know if it's a good food. I want to get into all of this. Listen, this podcast doesn't exist unless you guys throw in 5-star reviews, right? If you like it, if you subscribe, do anything on any platform where you're hearing me and Ev and Ian, just throw in a 5-star review and throw a question in underneath it, and we'll get to at least one question every episode. Ian, just get that out of the way. Do you have a question for this week?
Yes, Large, love your work. By the way, this is from GB Baltimore. Large, love your work. Been listening since Barstool Breakfast. Would love to see you review Chap's Pit Beef in Baltimore. The OG location, please. Thanks for giving us stuff to listen to. Excellent.
Yeah, Chap's Pit Beef is an old-time favorite. Do you ever have pit beef?
I don't think so.
So every town has a regional roast beef sandwich. Or some sort of sliced steak sandwich. Philly obviously has the Philly cheesesteak. Here in New York, we kind of gravitate towards chopped cheeses and whatnot, but if you go to Fiore's and you do the roast beef,
I'm a Hoboken guy.
Yeah, the fresh mozzarella,
$6.70. Oh, it's unbelievable.
That's that to me. That's our roast beef sandwich.
100%
for here.
When you said roast beef, I go Fiore's instantly.
Right to it.
It's just fantastic.
But
it really is.
Going to a bodega that has really good Italian bread and just getting a rare roast beef, cheddar, lettuce, tomato, mayo, heavy salt and pepper is also a pretty good roast beef sandwich for New York, but you can get that anywhere. A beef on weck up around Buffalo, where they do it on this Cummelweck roll, and they load it up with Cummelweck rolls are baked where they have salt and caraway seed on the outside, and then they put some horseradish in the middle. Very rare roast beef, an elite sandwich. So all of those roast beef, the Italian beef that we got out there is giardiniera, and we're dipping it and all that kind of stuff. So I think probably the most slept on one is the simple pit beef that they do down in Baltimore, and nobody does it better than Chaps. He wanted me to try the original location. I've been there, and the reason people go to the original location is I believe it still shares a parking lot with a strip club. So you go in there. 2 for 1. Yeah. So you can go, you can look at the snapper and then eat the beef is what I like to say. It's not what I like to say. I just said it right there. And Chaps Pit Beef is an elite place. I would go down there and hit it. That's one of the only sandwiches I love to have raw onion on. Also a horseradish type thing. And they're just carving it off these gigantic top rounds that they have cooked to a perfect medium rare to rare. So yeah, I'll get there. Baltimore is one of those places where people like, Large, when you get down here, I have 1,000 places for you to try. That Manoli, the Greek freak who helps us out every now and again, huge Baltimore guy. So there's all those places. I used to only go down to Baltimore to suck one customer's dick in particular. I think it was T-Row. T-Row is down there. So we used to go down there all the time to blow them. So I'd go to higher end restaurants. I haven't gotten into the nooks and crannies of Baltimore. I mean, you watch The Wire and it doesn't exactly scream, let's go down there. But so, yeah, I am remiss in not getting down to Baltimore. When I do, one of the first things that I will do and one of the first reviews that we'll do is definitely a pit beef at Chaps. So I hope that answers that guy's question. By the way, my fucking pit beef knowledge is strong on that one.
I mean, you just gave that was like a monologue on it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what it was.
Yeah, with no prep at all. So apparently I'm a fat fuck. But back to the thing at hand. Big Ev is known as the Double Vodka Don, or at least you were. Are you getting away from Double Vodka Don?
Yeah,
still that?
It's funny because like I started doing this. I mean, I was in college, like trying to make a run at it, like Ohio State Viceroy,
right?
And the thing was always double vodkas, and really the thing was especially like the specialty where it really came from was in college you got like the $2 double wells,
right?
So like the big move, you go up to the bar, give me two double vodka wells. Throw 5, 1 for the tip. Boom.
Yeah.
You got double fisting, 2 double vodkas. At that time, usually it was pink lemonade. Yeah. Was usually the key. I'd like Midway, some of their places. Now I was previously a Red Bull guy. Now we're Phoenix men now.
Right.
But
right.
That
100%.
But the signature forever, a double vodka sugar-free Red Bull.
Right. That's what
I'm drinking always. Marty makes fun. Like we went and got drinks like last night before the Yankees game. Like that's what I'm ordering, whether we're at like dinner or like whether I'm trying to like get tuned up.
Yeah.
I call it a potion.
Is it?
It's the turn up juice.
Is it really?
And I don't have a problem sleeping after. People say I'm a sicko for it because I don't drink energy drinks by themselves.
I think these Phoenix ones are actually the most tasty ones I've tried. Honestly, and that's not being a company man.
No, me neither. Because they taste like the other ones. The problem is that the reason I say potion, because when you make it, literally tastes like a concoction. Like
it does.
Like gasoline.
Yeah.
Where like Phoenix is more. So I've got to try it with vodka, but it does have more of like a juice almost.
It does.
Taste.
I don't feel like I'm doing something. I always feel like I'm doing something wrong when I used to have one of those just by chance. But the Phoenix ones I could see myself having just about every morning. I will tell you, the only time I ever did double vodka and that other energy drink, see how I did that just to protect the brand?
Pro.
I was speaking at the Cleveland Traders Convention years ago, and I was out with a buddy of mine, Rob Israel was his name, and I had a couple of those things, and I threw up all over Cleveland. I don't know what it was. I was walking back to and I had a couple of them, my fault. I was walking back to my hotel with my hands on the wall of the buildings as I was going by. It did not agree with me. So it's something that I've been afraid to try again. I don't think I'll ever do another vodka and energy drink ever.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what, I think it was more just I wasn't always like the biggest like bubbles guy. Like that's why I always gravitated more towards like the mixed drinks, like a lemonade or like something like that. Even honestly, there were even times where it'd be like maybe like a nut. Occasionally if they don't have it. But for me, I was so like, I guess growing up, I was like a beer guy, like whatever. That's kind of what you're like high school early. But like, I'm just, even now, like I go to order a beer casually and I order and I'm like, why did I get a beer?
Yeah.
Like I might as well have just drank like a water or a Pepsi.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Like I just
Thank
always
you
kind
for
of
the product placement there,
you
man.
Like that?
Yeah,
Pro.
There's nothing wrong. There's a fucking pro.
Just always kind of been like a mixed drink guy. That kind of was always just the wave. And then, the double vodka Don thing, I think I'm more, it's funny now because even obviously Smitty, RIP Smitty, like he used to kind of he started just calling me vodka as if it was like a name.
So
Like
did
just
I, though.
vodka.
I would, or
Just
I
like
called
say
you.
vodka.
I think I called you double once. Like I
Yeah,
was like double. You know, like it just it shortened out. It just shortens it out a little bit. I sometimes call wonton Don. I call him wonton. Like, you know what I mean? There's no reason for me to do that.
Well, that was also the thing. Like, none of the Dons are real Dons.
Yeah.
Because I even remember, like, when I was with my ex-girlfriend, and when I first, her friends thought my name was Donald.
Oh, really? Okay.
Like, they didn't understand the, like, the Don thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Chef Donnie's not a Don.
I didn't know
Wonton
that.
Don's not a Don.
I knew that.
I'm not a Donald.
Right. Okay, cool. Let's go back before we move forward and let's talk about young Ev in Columbus. Talk to me about the experience of going to school in Columbus, Ohio. I have very little experience there. The only time I had gone there was like a drunken haze type thing, and it was a long, long time ago, ages ago. Talk to me about the food scene in and around the tailgate scene in and around the shoe.
Columbus is awesome. The tailgate scene is kind of unique because the big boosters and people who have like season tickets and stuff like that, they all have like the lots like that are directly outside the stadium. So like I actually appreciate when I've gone to some other schools where they all really tailgate together.
Right.
And Ohio State, that's like not really a thing, to be honest. Like it's more the bars are mobbed. So that's really where, if you want to say get together, the bars, which they're not far from the stadium. Like everything's kind of set up very centrally in Columbus, even for like a big city that's a college town. The college part's very centrally located, but it's really all bars or like frats having huge, like kind of their own like parties, like pregame.
Were you a
things.
frat guy?
I was in a frat, not like a big one. It was one of those things like I didn't really like want to. I transferred. I went to Coastal Carolina first.
Ooh.
Got in some trouble there.
Oh.
Went home. Did community college for like a year, went to Ohio State. So when I stepped on campus, I turned 21 like a month later. So
does everyone know the problems you had at Coastal Carolina except for me?
It's funny because I actually talked to Eddie about going on his show and telling a full like tell all of it.
Don't do it now.
Me and Jetski on our old podcast years ago.
Right.
I did it on that, but it wasn't a Barstool podcast. So I think I haven't really told it to like the Barstool masses, if you will.
I will tell you
actually even from way before that, to be honest, for high school and things that went on, but
the timing of it, just thinking about your age and when you're there, it does line up with Epstein's Island, but has nothing to do with that, right? It was something totally different than that.
No comment.
Coastal Carolina, right to Epstein's Island. It's supposed to be one of the more beautiful places to go to school.
Oh yeah, the island's fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. So we're not going to get to the bottom of that today.
You know, that's a whole other can of worms. But,
okay,
but Ohio
absolutely.
State,
you see how I tried to get that though?
Yeah.
In a very respectful way. Ian saw that was a clip that was about to be made when we find out about Ev, maybe police human trafficking or doing something like that. And it just fucking went away like Kaiser Soze there. So you finally wind up in Columbus, Ohio. Yeah. Where did you grow up?
New York. Grew up like an hour from the city, Goshen. Not far from where, like probably like 40 minutes from Ridgewood.
I know exactly where Goshen is.
Yeah.
When I take the throughway, when I jump on the throughway, it's actually beautiful.
You know, it's a nice town. Shout out the 845.
Yeah, and it's
I love growing up there. I went to the same high. My parents both went to Goshen High School.
Okay.
So did me and my sister. Like we're Goshen lifers. My grandfather went to Middletown High School, which is like a neighboring high school.
Okay.
My mother grew up in Piscataway, New Jersey, and then she moved to Goshen when she was like a teenager.
Right.
So mom's side of the family, we're very centrally located. All my mom's side of the family is all from Jersey. I live in Edison and that kind of thing.
Because you do have that New York feel to you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a born and raised New Yorker. I love it here. New Jersey. I weirdly am a New Yorker that also kind of like claims New Jersey a little bit. I just had a lot of family there. I just love New Jersey.
It's got to be particularly northern New Jersey because I can get to Goshen in.
I live 25 minutes from the Jersey border.
Yeah.
Spent a ton of time there. Like I said, a lot of family from there, family gatherings and stuff. And also as we're rooted, like my father's side doesn't have like a lot of family. I was the only child.
Okay.
So
I met your dad.
Yeah. Yeah. So my mother's side is really where I got like more of the culture. It's like super Italian. They all lived in Jersey. So like going there for like the dinners, holidays, going down the shore.
Okay.
So like, so I was always like just a New York, New Jersey guy, like through and through. I don't really plan on leaving.
I'm going to peel you apart like a giant fucking onion.
Please.
So yeah, because I'm going to go back and forth. All right. So you get to Ohio State indirectly, right? Yeah. After you kill that girl and then you go, and then all of a sudden you get to Ohio State. You join a half-ass frat, but nothing too big where you're picking up grapes with your asshole or anything like that.
That kind of was the vibe. I joined a frat where it was like a lot of Northeast guys, which I was kind of like, look, I've always kind of felt, because even when I went to Coastal, it was I always like gravitated towards those kind of people. I like shit talkers. I like people that aren't too sensitive. sensitive.
Right.
I've always gravitated to that. So yeah, I think I kind of just joined a group of like a lot of Northeast guys. A lot of the guys I met there were like still to this day, like we have gatherings like once, twice a year where a bunch of us still live in the city or around the city.
Okay, cool.
So I kind of did that thing, and then had an awesome time. I'm a huge sports guy, so I loved like the football and partying, and they have an amazing bar scene there, incredible bar scene. The house party.
What is it comparable to for somebody like if you go to Athens to University of Georgia? Have you been there?
No, I wish. That's like one of my bucket list ones.
Get the fuck out of here!
We've never done a show there. One of my bucket list ones. We've never been to Athens yet. I would love to, but one day. You
know, when you do the Bud Light tours, now they do them for high noons and stuff like that. We had to do one. It was myself, Glennie Balls, and Willie. And we had gone down to Athens. And I thought the way that the bars are situated so close to campus, it's an awesome, awesome college town. I'd never been to University of Georgia before that or anything, and I was very, very impressed. And I get a little bit of that feel from Columbus.
Yeah, so I actually feel bad for kids that are there now because it really started to go south when I graduated. The university started buying up a lot of the bars and trying to move them a little more away, because the way it was like lined up, you had North High Street, which is kind of like the main street of like that separates. It's basically like on this side is all like houses and like student housing and like frat houses and stuff. And then this side, you literally just the student union, all the buildings. So like one of my favorite bars, shout out Midway, one of my favorite bars that's still actually there and like hasn't moved.
Right.
You literally are outside on their like deck, and you're just like you're a rock's throw from the student union. So it's right in front of you. So all the bars are super close in that way. Then like Ethel, all like like Twos got moved down, like Chumley's, like Threes, like they all kind of there's all these collections. Oh, like the O Patio was a massive one that they kind of got bought up. Ugly Tuna, like they all were on the same street that were right next to campus,
and they got scooped up.
A lot of like Ugly Tuna kind of got bought up and moved, but they all got moved to like locations that were like not as central.
Right.
Still like you can go to them, but there's not like they were in all like 3 blocks from each other and all literally next to campus.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So, but I think there still definitely is a lot of that, but it definitely was very set. Like when I was there, it was even better in terms of the bars, and there's just so many bars all in the same area. Everyone like the one there's kind of a street, like it's like Midway, Ethel, Formaggio's, and they're all just like right there with Bullwinkle's. It's like a club that was like insane. That was right down. They all were right there.
Really? And how is your booze game back in college? And how do you compare your booze game in college to your booze game now? How old are you, first of all?
I just turned 31.
Just turned 31. Lost. So a 31-year-old Big Ev versus a 21-year-old Big Ev. What's the booze game like?
See, 21-year-old Ev was an absolute maniac.
He was.
Like just a maniac. Like out just getting absolutely shit-faced. Just running amok. Just blacking out.
Yeah.
Just waking up with insane videos on my phone of like, just doing crazy shit and just causing chaos. But like a fun drunk though. Like I never was like a fighter drunk or anything like that.
Right.
Again, I guess I was the type like if it's brought to me, like I'll step up. But I never was the type out here just like having a few drinks and running my mouth like crazy or anything like that.
Right.
Always more of any fight I ever really gotten, it was always like either someone provoking me or like someone doing something to like a friend.
Okay.
And then I'm very like protective and loyal in that way. So I'm protecting my guys. But 21-year-old me was out just running amok, doing 10 plus double vodkas, just getting hammered and just, rolling around, just having a blast, smoking a lot of weed.
Do you feel like you're telling off? I mean, you're telling off compared to 21-year-old.
Way less than I used to. I'm really not a big drinker anymore, to be honest. It's like I still can get after it when I need to, when I want to. I think I always, because my thing even then, I never was a big like casual drinker.
Okay.
Like if I'm drinking, like we're getting after it.
Yeah. Okay. So
like, I'm not really into the like, let's like now I've gotten better with it, but it's not even like I'm not sitting down having a couple. Like I'm either just like not drinking or like we're getting after it. We're getting to it.
What about the weed game? Weed game is high?
Still strong, yeah. Not as much flour. Like back then, high school, college, I was smoking 5-10 blunts a day, like just before class. I used to joke like it was like my cup of coffee.
Right?
Like I would wake up, like face a blunt and then go to class. That was kind of like the daily routine.
Really?
In college, yeah, for sure.
I tell you what.
In high school partly as well, but college. High school more, I just didn't have a car as much, but high school,
I need a timeout. I need a timeout because I think I'm going to pick up so many fucking sayings throughout this. I've never heard I face a blunt. I know exactly. I've never heard that term. Maybe it's popular or something like that, or maybe I'm just fucking old.
No one else is touching it but me.
Fucking facing them. I think that's a great term. I want to pick up so many of this. I just can't. I'm looking forward to it so goddamn much. What do you think? I'd asked this at Hannah a couple of weeks ago. Kids having a high school graduation, because we were talking about, listen, you got to try this. We talk about anything you can put in your mouth, right? So weed's right up there, booze is right up there, anything. And you know where I'm going with this. There was a graduation party. All the kids were 18. Parents had said to myself and Annie, listen, if Mick wants to come by, we're going to have a couple of kegs there, making sure none of the kids drive and anything. Meanwhile, the kid's 18, right? So he's been drinking already. But the parents are like, and we're going to have a couple of kegs, beer pong table, karaoke machine. You guys cool with that? You guys can come by. We're going to have a pizza truck, very, very high end. So we went by. Kids were drinking, in front of their parents, which is a little bit different, the whole deal. And it was a lovely night. I have kids who are younger, Finnegan's 3 years and then Bridget's 3 years behind him. By the time Bridget graduates, what happens if that same parent says, listen, we're going to do the karaoke machine, pizza truck. We're going to throw out a couple of bongs, a couple of edibles, and a couple of vape pens. You think we're ever going to get to that point where it's going to be that accepted by parents as opposed to, I think there's still a stigma to it as opposed to seeing your kid drink, which is illegal. You know what I mean? Now that this is still illegal, but technically a legal drug, right? That you can buy it if you're of age. You think it's going to replace booze at any point?
I mean, I feel it seems like people say that it's turning that way. In my house, it'd be like that. I think my parents definitely don't mind. That came later. I was such a problem though, where I just was always coming home reeking like weed to the point where it just became it just was it wasn't going to change.
Unavoidable.
They thought it was unavoidable from the time I was 15 to it's your 20s. It's still, but there comes a point in time where it's because I was definitely going out your L ride and whatever, smoking in the.
Wait, what is that?
Go for a ride, smoke a blunt with the boys.
Oh, smoke an L. Is that what you said, an L?
Yeah.
What's an L?
L ride blunt.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Blunt, yeah.
Okay.
So we just drive, because when you usually can't smoke at your parents' house or whatever, your friend's parents' houses, if say everyone's parents are home kind of thing, you drive around. That was customary in our
the L
culture.
ride. All right, cool.
So that was kind of, that was the vibe. But then there was some.
I'm 54. I want to go on an L ride.
You had some places.
Face a blunt.
You had some place, some friends' parents that either were cool with it or their parents weren't home a lot. You do that. Or parents at home, we can just smoke at the house on the back deck kind of thing.
Quality's gotten so much better and easier for you to kind of judge now. I mean, when you were a kid.
Yeah, we had good weed back then for sure too.
Okay.
Definitely for sure. I was definitely getting good shit in high school. But no doubt. I mean, now it's just the dispensaries. There's dispensaries in near Goshen, and there's a ton in Hoboken.
Yeah.
I think it will. I just think it's gotten to a point where even culture, obviously, for example, people that are very religious, I feel they still can see it as the devil's lettuce kind of
100%.
But I think even those people, it's so glaring in the of clearly alcohol is more dangerous.
Yeah.
And I think even the most stuck up people to it, I think even to them it's probably undeniable at this point. I think it's just a stigma. It's just some people still fight that mental gap of it.
Yeah.
Of it being of Reagan say no to dope. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think some people still see it as that. And also I think it is true that say an older woman that has never religious has never smoked weed, or maybe she did once, and the first time you do it, they think you're on heroin.
Right.
So they have this this relationship with it that's, oh my God, weed's crazy. But they don't realize that someone like me, or even that doesn't smoke as much as me or as long as I have, it's not like that. It's not that hard.
Because there was a time, if we were doing this podcast 5 years ago, you wouldn't have spoke about it as freely. 10 years ago, you wouldn't have spoke
Probably
about it as
not.
freely. Yeah. And you're of age, obviously 20 years old.
I more went into it. I feel I tried to Wiz Khalifa the thing. And when I say by that, I mean, he just pushed it like a Snoop Dogg where I'm going to smoke. So you can you do what you react to it how you want. And when I said, I'm not going into your mother's house and just lighting it up, but I'm saying I smoke weed, and if you don't like it, that's kind of what I'm going to come to your house smelling like weed, and if you don't like that, then I guess I won't come over there.
I hear you. No, you're an open invite. You come by my house. I don't care if you smell like a van.
I kind of took that mentality on early. I always was a little never loved authority.
Uh-huh.
I feel the only authority that I took on to was it was sports.
As coaches.
Coaches. When coaches told me so, I was doing it.
Okay.
But a teacher, I wasn't always the best.
Right.
I was very like kind of how you like I always kind of came from a weird camp of like you like earn respect, like just because you're old I don't just respect you. That doesn't mean I'm gonna just disrespect you because you're old, but you don't get to walk in here because you're 20 years older and just disrespect me and I'm just gonna take it.
Right.
You say fuck me, I'm gonna say no, fuck you.
Right.
That's kind of how I was even as like a kid.
And we have a mutual respect and plus I have the age stuff
fuck
thing.
ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of just how I was as a kid.
What was the food scene like in college? Well, I mean, I can't ask you traditional Ohio dishes. I don't think there's anything really.
Yeah, the only
to
thing
Columbus.
they do what I call appetizer pizza,
I don't know
which is like they cut it into like squares.
Oh, the squares, yeah, the tavern
that's what I
style
always
type
called
thing.
it. I call it appetizer pizza,
And it's that thin crust, the cracker stuff.
Yeah, Columbus doesn't really have, I feel like, much of their own like what I would call like their cuisine.
There isn't, right?
I wouldn't really say that. They had some good places. Like there's like this place, Hyde Park, is a steakhouse. I know you like the fancy stuff. That was where like my dad would like to go when he come into town.
Right.
Phenomenal place. They do a great job there. But college was living on a lot of like the one, what was the place called? Like the classic, like the fat sandwiches and all that stuff. Like I would call the number, they would know the order already. Like they're getting a call from me every Friday, Saturday night at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., buffalo chicken wrap. That was like the go-to. Like I'd call the number, be like, "Hey, buddy," like that's how it was. Like, "Oh, cluck-a-doodle-doo." Shut up, clucks.
Cluck-a-doodle-doo.
Great.
So
spot. Even though great care of me,
even though it doesn't have maybe its own, I don't know, personality, Columbus, there's still a ton of great places. Like people are like, "Oh, you got to try a Buckeye, like a chocolate covered peanut type."
It is phenomenal. Yeah,
cool.
it's just chocolate with peanut butter on the inside. It's kind of like a harder shell a little bit. They are delicious. They really are good. But yeah, they don't have like Columbus. Like doesn't really have like something they really hold like near and dear to their heart, and my understanding, at least being there for a few years, and I can't think of anything that's super like, oh, this is like the Columbus like dish.
So when you go around to different colleges, because you're a part of the college football show here, is there any campus that jumps out as you as being, this is an elite food town? You know what I mean? It's one of those things where they all have. Or is there even a part of the country that you think is built for the college eater? I have a pretty obvious guess.
See, I would. Part of me thinks like just sticking like with college to kind of the basics of like pizza and like the fat sandwiches. I'm trying to think of one that's really stood out in terms of like true like college town food. I feel like, actually Indiana was great because I think they kind of have some basic, they're good at, like I went to Kilroy's.
Okay.
And they have like those, like, what are they, like the cheese, like filled cheese sticks, not like a mozzarella stick, but like these like crazy breads, cheese sticks. And like, I remember having some like really good food there. But I feel like, as long as you do like pizza and wings and the fat sandwiches, like I feel like it's, and every college town kind of has that. Yeah. Also, it's been tough going after too, because you don't, I feel like you don't get a true like, when you go for like the day or like the weekend, you don't get that true like living there for a week and seeing what they eat and stuff. I'll tell you, we went to Utah a few weeks ago. We went to an Italian place. I was shocked that it actually was good. Really? I was snobby when I went in there. I was thinking, oh, Utah Italian. I was like, I don't know about this.
I never eat Italian on the road.
So because we've been doing these dinners, we have the Fox now, so they have us come to these Fox dinners. Okay. And they had it at this fancy Italian place in Utah, and I was very like, oh, I don't know about this. Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised.
Oh, good.
I was like, wow, it was a nice place. But yeah, I definitely was. I went in there and I was like, oh, like I grew up like Nonny's Italian, like my great grandmother, my great aunt, my mother making Italian. Like this, I know this ain't that, but it was good.
Can I talk about your mom for a sec?
Please.
Is she a good cook?
Yeah, she's a good cook. She's a good cook.
Is she? She's mainly Italian.
Yeah, she's fully like she's Italian.
But the cuisine that she cooks, mainly Italian?
Yeah, no, she does other things. My dad honestly cooks a good amount. Does he? For being like not the Italian one or anything. But my dad likes to cook. My dad actually probably could argue my dad cooks more even maybe. Really? My dad likes to cook. He enjoys it for sure.
How about you?
No, I hate it.
You don't enjoy it at all.
I always say this, like, the scene in Goodfellas when Paulie's got to know nothing about the restaurant. I sit down and eat the meal. Yeah. That's me. Really? I don't know nothing. I just sit down and eat the meal.
A stoned.
No, nothing.
So I'm not going to call you Big Ev, but a stoned little Ev at the age of 15 comes in and he's got to, hit the refrigerator at 2:00 in the morning. There wasn't one of these things where you're like, you know what? I'm going to chef it up here and make the greatest BLT that's ever been fucking made. I mean, can you fry bacon and slice a tomato and make some good toast and do all that kind of shit? Or are you useless?
No, I'm useless.
Okay.
Totally useless.
I love that, honestly.
I'm more like, to me at that time, I'm just having snacks or like, I'm going frozen.
Okay.
I'm throwing something in the oven, microwave.
Did mom have that separate fridge, like the one they keep in the garage? We have a deep freeze in there that we keep a lot of the shit in.
They tried to keep me from being fat boy, but they couldn't stop me.
When was the last time you were thin?
Never. I came out the pound. I've obviously, people that see Barstool, I've definitely fluctuated quite a bit, but
yeah,
I was born 10 pounds, never seen a day under double digits.
Really?
I was born 10 pounds flat, 10 pounds, 0 ounces.
Really?
Yeah.
I was 12 something when I was born.
Big boy.
And then, what is foreplay guy?
Trent.
That's right. Trent
like
Daddy.
14 or something?
Yeah, he's like 13 or something in Iowa, biggest ever. So you've always been a big boy.
Always heavy, like offensive lineman from a child.
Is that what you played?
Yeah, always. Like I just always was like the big guy. Younger, I was always more like big guy, but good athlete for a big guy.
Okay.
Like was decent basketball player. Football, I was always like best at, but played basketball to sophomore year of college, or excuse me, not college, Jesus, high school.
I don't remember you on the roster.
At Ohio State. Played baseball up through high school, but then football was only when I really played out post sophomore year because that was what I was best at. But yeah, I grew up always playing. I was kind of like the big kid with the decent jump shot or could hit a little bit. So I think I was kind of known as that. And I think that's always what kind of kept me not going over the deep end now, where you just get you just don't play sports anymore.
But if you say that you've been heavy your whole life, what's been the thing that's kept you there?
Carbs.
It's carbs. Okay,
always.
bread.
Yeah, I would just tell you, bread, pasta, always. And I was picky when I was younger too. Very picky, big time.
But you were picky when you found something you like. You ate a shitload of it.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of carbs. There's always a lot of bread, a lot of cheese, butter, that kind of thing. A lot of pasta. Where
do you live now? You said
Hoboken.
And will you agree with me that Hoboken is an elite food town?
Absolutely.
I think that people listen. Jersey City is on the come too. Jersey City has some great. New Jersey in general is a great food state. Obviously, it gets overshadowed by New York, and rightfully so. This is the greatest food city in the world. I'll die on that hill, even though I haven't been to Tokyo or whatever the fuck people say. I honestly doubt that there's a better food city than New York City because we have everything.
Yeah.
But Hoboken is so fucking solid, particularly for a kid with a couple of bucks in his pocket who doesn't like to cook. You go out, the world's your oyster. Do you go and crack that oyster open, or are you kind of stuck with the same couple of cuisines? How adventurous is Big F?
Me and the girlfriend go out for meals decent amount. We definitely have our spots. But yeah, we try to go out a little bit. Dino and Harry's is unbelievable steakhouse. Shout out Dino's. They take great care of us there. Yeah. Otto
By the way, he's going to get a couple of free meals after this. You know what I mean?
I'd like
Dino and Harry's has got the old school
ever been
feel.
There?
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
It's got the old school feel.
That's probably me and my girlfriend's favorite. That's probably our favorite place.
I'd gone there. There was a sales trader here, Lizzie Roberti. She's no longer with us. She had moved. I can't remember where the hell she was. I went with Joey Skims, one of the guys who I think was with, I don't forget. Oh, he was with, Clear 28 at the time. Went to Dino and Harry's. I haven't been there in ages. Nothing's changed. Solid as shit. And you feel like you're in an old school steakhouse.
Yeah.
And it's a solid, but great date spot.
Yeah, no. Constantly. I think we're going there Monday or Tuesday.
Oh, look at you. Augustino's, you do that?
Yeah, Augustine, the bread pudding.
Yeah.
Augustino's is awesome. Otto Strada's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think they just did some renovating. They have this pork chop parm. Unbelievable.
Ooh.
It was one of those two where it throws you off when you see it. And then I remember the first time I went, I said something about it to the waiter because it caught my eye. And he was like, I promise you, you won't regret it.
Really?
And I had it, and it was one of the best things I ever had.
Pounded out still thin? Bone coming out of it?
It was decent. Yeah, bone was coming out of it. It was decent. It was thin-ish, but not crazy. It was kind of like a normal pork chop size, to be honest.
Okay.
But it was delicious. And then they do this the rigatoni with a blanket of mutts. Unbelievable.
Really?
Otto Strada's great.
I will tell you right now.
Fish eyes is good too. Little different, little fancier.
Wait, what did you say? Which one?
Fish eyes.
I don't know it.
Or I think it's called fish eyes. It's on the water. It's literally right on the water in Hoboken. I prefer Otto Strada, but fish eye, little bit different, more almost it gives you the vibe of more Italian. You would get in actual Italy, a lot more fish.
Okay.
And that kind of thing. But it's very good as well. They make their own pizzas, very good. Yeah, I mean, Hoboken's got a ton of good spots.
Do you dip into the more exotic? I mean, do I see you eat at an Indian restaurant? Do I see you doing a lot of Thai?
That's where you lose me. And it's like I probably haven't really had it. I think I was so picky when I was younger. There were things that were like no shot. And then as I get older, there were things I kind of just didn't, like I haven't really jumped in. Like I honestly, I don't know if I like it. I couldn't tell you.
You eat sushi?
Nah, I've had it. I'm not like I've actually gotten more into fish as I've gotten older. I like fish. But the raw fish, I haven't really. No, not really. I'm not like a guys. Short answer, no.
Okay, I'm going to circle back to the pork chop just because I want to tell you right now. There is a place that we reviewed a couple weeks ago. It's called Brooklyn Roots. I'd gone back this weekend. So Brooklyn Roots, they did a pork chop and knocked my eye out. So I did the review of the place, and then I went back the following week, and the pork chop wasn't on the menu. I just happened to be there seasonally before they changed the menu. So the new pork chop that they have there, which I'm sure is wonderful, it has like pears in it and stuff like that, which didn't turn me on as much as the original, which I'll explain to you in a sec. So the guys at Brooklyn Roots are putting it on the menu as the Barstool pork chop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so what they do there is they have an expertly cooked Berkshire fucking heritage pork chop, which they then slice away from the bone for the most part. Bone always has a lot to gnaw on. They slice that, and it's in this just pool of white wine and hot cherry peppers, white wine, garlic, and hot cherry peppers. The bone itself, they then drop into a deep fryer just to crisp it up. So they have, they usually do family style. So it's 3 crispy, bones from a pork chop, which is perfect for gnawing with this stuff. And then the liquor that's left underneath that with crusty bread, it's an elite dish. And I'm so happy that they put it on the menu, because when somebody puts something on the menu with your name on it and it's not fantastic, you almost don't want them to do it.
It's fair. They're putting your name on it. It's got to be.
They're like, we can't call it the large pork chop because then it just looks like we're going to give them a big pork. You know what I mean? So I'm fine with it being a Barstool thing. And they're also doing the bread pudding with the rainbow cookies, because I call it Italian nachos. I dip the rainbow cookies in this like loose bread pudding that they have. And then they give you baked clams. If you do the Barstool special, my special, baked clams, there's pork chop and vinegar peppers, and this bread pudding with the 3 colored rainbow cookies.
Love that.
That's a nice fucking meal.
Sounds phenomenal.
I would have forgot to mention that, but I had gone back for it with my whole family. And again, I pay for all my meals and stuff, and I can't recommend that as much. I had to get in one shout out because this guy's just shouting out every fucking restaurant because he's never going to pay for another meal in Hoboken again. And I respect that. Food. I know. I respect it.
I'm a big because most of the places we're talking about were like mom and pop type places. Yes. I appreciate that. I was raised on that. Family was big on that. My father's local, like small business owner. Mm-hmm. So I always have a deep respect for that. So I like showing them some love.
Let's go the opposite direction then. What's the chain that you like? Maybe the chain that's not top of everybody's list. Is there one that's sort of like, I've never been to Culver's. And I can't wait to go to Culver's. I've heard only good things.
The last year or two, I had it for the first time.
Okay.
It's good. I'm a fan.
Okay. What's that one that you say? I think Hannah last week had said that she can't live without Cookout. And I agree.
Cookout's phenomenal.
It's very good,
my coastal days, it's fantastic. It's the best bang for your buck in fast food.
Probably. Right. So Cookout would be number 1 for you?
The Cookout tray. I don't think you can get a fast food burger than Cookout, because it tastes like a burger like your dad would make on the grill. Like, I think they are the most true to that. Mm-hmm. But I think outside of that, I really think like when you think fast food, you think burgers and fries. And I think McDonald's probably is the best at that. Uh-huh. Like a Cookout's a little more obscure. Like if you're talking like a true, like where it's everywhere. Yeah. I know it's obviously, it's like the simple, like basic bitch answer, but I think there's a reason for that, because it's just like I think you get like a quarter pounder is the best burger you can get in like the traditional fast food places.
What is Big Ev's drunken McDonald's order? Because I think that's the true, like if you walk in at 12 o'clock on a Sunday and you grab something that's, relatively respectful, but it's that drunken one that I find myself doing when I'm on the road, particularly with Uber Eats, where it's like, hey, you want to throw a cherry? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Hey, do you want to throw something? Yeah, I do. Like, do you want to? Tuesday, brother. So what's the drunken McDonald's order for Big Ev?
Probably like a bacon quarter pounder with cheese, large fry for sure. See, now that they're back, definitely snack wraps going in there. Ranch snack wrap, probably. Who am I kidding? Probably 2.
Okay.
Yeah, we're throwing some cookies in there, no doubt. We're slapping a few cookies in there. I like a little bit, like for me, like, you know, it's like I want the beef, I want the fries, I want a taste of the chicken.
Yes.
Like I want a little chocolate in there. Like I'd say that's probably something to that, like either like getting burger and nuggets or getting burger and snack wraps with fries. Cookies or whatever, like apple pie.
Right.
Whatever's in there. I'd say that's the order.
What will you get closer? Are you getting closer as you get older to being someone that will eventually want to be in a kitchen and cooking for yourself?
Yeah, definitely.
Are you jealous of people that do it even?
Yeah, it's funny because me and the girlfriend my girlfriend just started law school.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're both, it's like, especially this time of year, like it's her first semester. She's going crazy with that. Like I'm super busy in football season. I travel every week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of all over the place. So yeah, so I definitely I think we're getting closer to that, but it's been like tougher in terms of, I think we're both just so busy.
But at some point,
no, definitely. I think that's definitely it's in the plans for sure.
Because if you're sitting there
Definitely.
with a guinea tea on a Sunday, chain out in the chest there, and you're stirring a sauce, and all of a sudden your kid walks by and you hit him on the hand before he takes the bread and puts it in the sauce, like, you know what I mean? I could see that.
Sure.
I could see that kind of.
That's what it was in my house for sure.
Yeah. Then
Like
you go
we didn't
outside
know
and face a blunt.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Like we didn't know. Like, see, we were always so involved in like sports and stuff that we didn't have as much family dinners during the week. But like we were definitely big on like the weekend, like a Sunday. Like we definitely were having like Sunday dinner kind of thing.
Which is important.
That was definitely a thing. That was something I always regretted because I wish we had more during the week. But we always were just so, like, I was playing football, baseball, basketball around the seasons.
How big of a family?
4, just a sister. 4
Okay.
of us, yeah.
Okay, mom, dad, and just you and your
mom,
sister.
dad, and me, sister.
Okay.
I'm the oldest. Sister's 2 years younger.
Okay, cool. So you're in Hoboken now. You're working in New York City. Is it one of those things where you prefer to eat New York City before you go home and then just shut it down? Or is it something where you're like, you know what, I'm good. I can go home and eat, because you are, like I said, in that Mecca. And being in this Mecca, do you want to travel to Queens to try dishes? Or are you one of those guys who's adventurous and wants to go to all these different, because that's me. Like, I want to be everywhere in the tri-state area, trying everything, even if it means I have to drive an hour for some hot wings. Are you one of those guys, or is it one of those things where it's not overly important to you because there's so much good shit around you in Hoboken?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things. I need that kick in the ass for it.
Okay.
Like when you bring it to me, it sounds very appealing, but it's not usually something that I'm just going to go do on my own. Like,
I said road trip for something. You'd be like, Lord, you're driving, I'm coming.
I'm down for the adventure, yes.
Okay.
I'm a passenger princess. I don't like driving the car. I want to sit in the passenger seat, be mindless, stare around, look at my phone here and there.
Absolutely. No, I see.
Off into space.
You're a selfish son of a bitch.
Yeah, I don't like driving. Never like driving.
Do you find that because I'm spending a little bit of time on the road, but not like you, do you find that it's the least healthy thing that you do, being on the road? I just can't seem to keep myself in check while I'm on the road. I eat my worst eating habits are when I'm traveling for business.
You know, for me, it goes both ways, because you definitely have the times when I get to the hotel room, you have a long flight where you didn't eat in the morning, and then you just pig out on fast food, get delivered to the hotel.
Right.
Definitely very, very familiar with that. But then occasionally you'll be on the road and you'll be so busy that you just like won't eat as much as I usually would have if I was just like sitting in my apartment or whatever. So for me, I think it varies. Like I feel like I'm a streaky guy, and like I'm always like a little roller coaster.
Do you remember the first time we met?
Not specifically like that first hello. But, I mean, I feel like we actually kind of walked in similar-ish times.
Yes, we started around the same time. I think the first time that I officially met you was whatever year it was.
2018, summer 2018.
And I took the interns out, a lot of them for their first martini. And
probably was my first martini, probably, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was your first martini. It was you. It was Chef Donnie.
Yeah.
Ben
DeJulia.
Ben was there.
Yeah.
A bunch of other guys who were. I don't think there's.
I think we're the only 3 that are still at the company.
Yeah, it was.
We had a big crew. It was like Hot Sean, Jake Severs,
right? Hot Sean, right?
John Jennings. He used to eat the Cheetos with the chopsticks. We had a little crew.
We went over to Rocco's.
Actually, you know who actually was Mulcahy?
Oh, yeah. He was one of those guys.
Because he obviously was more on the business side, but he sat with us though.
Yes.
We all did more like social in our content. At that time I was kind of like half social, half like doing on camera stuff.
Right. And everyone was just kind of sitting around. I think it was one of those things where we had to do something with the interns, maybe speak to them. I just did like an intern lunch a couple of weeks ago again, so it's still going on. So I had said, if these guys are okay, if they're all 21, do you mind if I take them to a steakhouse? By the way, they didn't cover that. That came out of my fucking pocket.
I believe it.
Just so you know. So I took 10 of these guys over to Rocco's. And then, who knows?
That's where you brought us too, right?
Yeah, I brought you over to Rocco's. That's what we had. We sat down. We had a couple of martinis, and it was lovely. It
I
was
actually went
nice.
there. Me and the girlfriend went there actually. Must have been like a couple weeks ago.
Because that's where we did the dry aging thing not too long ago. Myself and Cons, we shot that thing there. Excellent steakhouse.
We had a good meal there.
Yeah, it's always extremely solid. So it's one of those places where I think people should try out. And that's where I think, outside of saying hello, hi, and bye, or this is Eb, this is Large type thing, I think that's the first time I got to talk to you.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I would say a true conversation.
I would think so, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. I should do that again.
We had a great time. Ben, I don't know if you know this. Ben actually threw up in the bathroom after.
I did not know that.
Fun fact.
What
yeah.
a fucking jerk.
I remember they were all in a tizzy, like, oh, the interns just went out and got drunk. It was like a Tuesday at like 1 p.m. or whatever.
Right.
And they were just like, came back buzzing off like 3 martinis.
Yeah. We had a nice time there. Yeah, I remember that. It's a fond memory for me.
It was a great time.
So we usually end this with starting to talk to people with the same questions. I wish I had questions that I could ask everybody and just kind of rinse and repeat, but I always tailor it a little bit because of who I have in this chair. One of the questions I sometimes ask is, I had read something about a guy who left a goodie bag for people after he had a one-night stand. This guy's goodie bag was like, it looked like a prison sandwich. It was like that bologna and cheese on white bread, and inside it there was like a white owl, there was like a small bottle of Henny, there was a $20 bill and like some mints, and that's what he left for these broads on their way out of the house. I know Derek Jeter, I think, used to leave people Rolexes, or at least that was the thing.
Jeter's the one when I think, like, when you say the gift basket thing.
That's the one, right?
Like, I instantly just go to Jeter.
Is there a gift basket that you can think of after you absolutely destroy some woman's, undercarriage, right? You give her everything that you have. She says to stop after the first two. Yep. You give her the other two. Is there something that you would leave for her on the nightstand before you said to get the fuck out?
Yeah, staying on theme, I think a nice, I think maybe, I was going to say blunt, but maybe a nice pre-roll joint, little classier, little pre-roll. It's just done there for you. How about a nice, like a Buckeye pin? Like nothing crazy, just like a little pin that you throw on. Girls like pins, I think.
I think they do. I think they're very fun.
That's my little step. Yeah.
We're not being disrespectful.
She got the DVD.
There it is, the DVD. Yeah. That would be like a very exclusive club. We're not being respectful to either my wife or your girlfriend by saying this.
She might not like this.
But there might be 10 or 15 girls floating around with the DVD pin and the large pin.
There may be. We don't know.
Right? You'd never know. Like, there could be people who are in that club and they just don't know about it, but that would be fantastic. Are you soft or hard when it comes to these foods? Tacos. You hard shell or soft tortilla?
So this might be my fattest answer I give. Actually, we'll see. More questions.
I gotcha.
But so it's a chain. I believe it's a Midwest chain. Place I love in Columbus, though, where I first went, Condado's Tacos.
I don't know it. Okay.
And they do, I think they maybe have like 10, 15 locations in the Midwest, something like that. And they have what's called it's basically they give, when you go there, they give you like a sheet and you fill out how many you want of this kind, what do you want? And they have the shell they call the Juju. So it's a soft shell. And then they have a hard shell, and in between the soft and hard shell, they put like cheese and chorizo. Chorizo is one of I love chorizo. Yeah, me too. One of my favorites. Yeah. They put that in between, and then so that's the shell. And then I would actually usually probably put like chorizo or something in the taco itself, right. Cheese, whatever. So both. You want to dance the line or both? I got you. I want both. I like that softness and the crunch. I don't blame you. Soft or hard when it comes to ice cream? Soft serve or a hand-packed scoop-out ice cream? Go to a real ice cream place, not a place that's known for its soft serve. You know, one of these mom-and-pop type places up in Goshen. Probably hard. Okay, yeah, me too. I appreciate a good soft serve somewhat. Sometimes it's over reliable, but probably hard, like a nice, like a cookie dough or something like that. I always am kind of like a go-to for me.
Hard pretzel that you'd get out of a bag, which you can eat for days, or a soft pretzel that you would get at a game. Hard or soft pretzel?
Soft, easy.
Soft pretzel is probably one of the easiest ones.
Phenomenal.
Bacon, do you take it well done to where it's crispy, or do you like to still have a little bit of toothiness to the bacon? I'm going a little bit less well done as I get older.
I'm somewhere probably in the middle.
Okay.
I want some crunch, but I like a little chewy in there.
Yeah,
I'd say that middle is probably where I land.
I think people traditionally overcook their bacon, and I just don't want it anymore.
Yeah, I want to be able to chew it, so I don't want it to be just hard and.
Okay. Before you kick the girl out with a bag that has a blunt and a pin in it, she says, "I'm going to make you some eggs, sweetie Ev. What type of eggs do you prefer in the morning?"
So this is another word. Like if I'm at home, like I want like soft, fluffy, like cheesy scrambled eggs.
Okay.
But I feel like when you go to a place, they just never make it like that.
Yeah.
So there, I want like easy over medium.
Okay. So if you're in a diner, you're over easy type.
Yeah, because I'll cut it, put a piece on the bread. I'll eat it with the bread.
Sure. Favorite beverage, hot or cold?
So we talked about the double vodkas already. I would say a beverage, just like a really cold red Gatorade, like fresh out the fridge. It's like a sip of candy. And a lot of people I feel like don't like red. They say it's like medicine. I really enjoy red.
That's yours, red Gatorade.
I'd say light blue and red are my two favorites.
I don't
Glacier Freeze.
I think I'm an orange guy, like the traditional orange and then the old school.
Everyone loves like the yellow,
lime.
the lemon lime. I don't mind it, but it's never been a go-to for me.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. With Gator gum, I think was the traditional lemon lime. Then I think they did an orange. I don't know if they did the red. And a lot of people don't like the red dye now.
Also a half and half on the Palmer to me is special. Like a can, I know, just fresh out like that. Especially back in high school, when it actually was $1.
Yeah,
pre-inflation. They were. I mean, just special drink. And it has to be at the can too.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely elite. What's the Tim Duncan's of food for you? Not too flashy, but always gets the job done at a very high level.
Grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese?
Yeah, big time.
Okay.
Grilled cheese is like a 1-1, probably a staple of my childhood, a staple of my adulthood.
What would you think if you went to a steakhouse with somebody and you were in Pell City, Alabama or something? So you go to a steakhouse and when you sit down and they go to take the appetizer order, I would go and order like a local delicacy, and their local delicacies I think were fried gizzards, chicken gizzards. Mm-hmm. And then the person across from you, who's the producer on your food show, orders as an appetizer in a steakhouse 2 grilled cheeses. That's this fucking guy right here. Is that something that you think is weird, or is that something that you think is acceptable?
Allow me to cut in and defend myself.
Nobody was talking to you, but go ahead.
Real quickly.
100%. Yeah.
We're being very loose with the definition steakhouse here.
Okay. Find a better steakhouse in Pell City, Alabama.
We were essentially in a Waffle House version of a steakhouse.
Yeah. Okay. Right. And what would you like for an appetizer? Fucking 2 grilled cheeses. So you have somebody here on your side. Now, when you say grilled cheeses, do you zhuzh it up? Is it, I want sourdough, I want 4 different types of cheeses, throw an heirloom tomato and a couple of slices of perfectly...
No, get the tomato the fuck off my grilled cheese.
Ooh, no tomatoes for you.
Get that tomato. You know, this is another one too tough for an Italian guy. Don't like raw tomato. Just not a fan. Just can't. Cooked is okay. But even for example, some pizza place, when they put the chunk of tomato in it, I think that's terrible.
You don't want
I think it ruins it. Yeah. I'm not a fan of that.
But when you have a red sauce or a Sunday sauce.
I love a red sauce.
And you like it smoother?
I want smooth. I don't want chunks of tomato.
I can respect that.
But a grilled, I don't mind it dressed. I kind of either way, a nice, your mother makes at home is fantastic.
Right.
But also a place that makes a fancy, nice one, also a big fan. Just love grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese is to the face, or do you need cheese,
it's toasted bread, it's butter. That's 3 of my favorite things in the world all combined in one.
What's the most overrated drink that you think people pretend to like? You see a lot of people going around saying, "Oh man, you got to try this, you got to try that. It's the name of my show, for Christ's sake." Is there something there?
Drink
that you eat or drink?
Food.
Is there something that you're, one of those things that maybe it's something that you wish you could enjoy like other people do, but you're just not able to stomach, or maybe just refuse to try it, that type of thing.
Okay, so the one that I'd say I think is overrated is caviar.
Okay.
Just not, I've had it once or twice, just not good. I don't understand why it's
you don't fuck with it.
It's the face of fancy foods.
100%.
When you say fancy food, the first part you're going to say caviar. I feel like that's the super rich guy food. Mm-hmm. Just not good. It's fish, right? It's fish.
Fish eggs. Yeah, it's fish eggs.
Just not a fan. I've tried it a couple of times. And then the one that I wish I liked more is lobster. And I say that because I don't hate lobster. It's fine, But when you have usually a steak and lobster on the menu, they're the same price. I'm going to devour the steak. I love steak. The lobster's whatever. Why am I paying top dollar for something I really don't like that much? I wish I enjoyed it more.
I think lobster had its moment and it's come off huge. Caviar has the best agent in all of food.
I agree.
Because you're right. It has, and I'm a caviar freak. I eat a lot of caviar, so I won't like try to convince you, bring you over to the dark side. And I enjoy it very much in a bunch of different ways, but I just like just doing bumps of it. And so I won't fight, but it does have a very good agent. It is Grey Poupon. Like, you know what I mean? Like that type of bullshit.
When I tried it, I was thinking it was going to be this like incredible thing. And trying, I'm like, this is it. Like this is.
Maybe if we had a session where we did it.
I'm open to try. Like I've definitely broadened my horizons as time's gone on. I'm more willing now than I was 10 years ago for sure. But yeah, I just had it and I just was like, this is what all the big to-do's about.
Is there a food that, like, I ask people a lot, what's the greatest food you've never eaten? Like the greatest movie you've never seen? Some people are like, oh, I never saw this movie, but I hear it's great. Is there a food out there that you never eaten just because you haven't gotten around to it yet?
Fort Charles.
Oh, the actual restaurant to get to Fort Charles. Yeah. I do. I sit across from him. His name is Gaz.
I haven't done it. I've got a good guy he's my Carbone guy.
Okay.
He could definitely, it's something I haven't got around to, but that's, I think, the meal where, because I'm also love egg on a burger, love bacon, like I also appreciate the service. Of like the bringing it out and the hitting the yolk and it pours and I know from your reviews they have other phenomenal food. I think that's like next on my list. I think that's like my next text of like, hey, like, your boy needs to go to Fort Charles sometime soon.
Yeah.
To my guy. I think that's my next ask.
You know where I'm trying tomorrow for the first time? Emilio's Bellato.
I'm going there soon too. We got some hooks in here for that.
Do you? Okay. I've never been.
Marty's been a bunch.
Has he been?
He knows the guy, yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah,
I've heard Emilio's is incredible.
Yeah, so I'll get to the bottom of it tomorrow, and you guys will hear all about it next week. What meal would you be embarrassed for people to know you eat regularly? I sometimes clean up the table after the kids and whatnot, and I see that something goes in the garbage. I sometimes eat out of garbage. I don't think people would like to see me eating out of garbage, but sometimes they'd be like, oh, shit, she left that behind. Yeah, is there some kind of food that you eat regularly that you'd be embarrassed if people knew that you eat?
For me, I think it's more like how much I modify everything.
Okay.
Like, I think I just am constantly, I'm like, I can be a little bitch in that way where like, I'm the type, like even as simple as like a burger, for example, I'm always the guy like no lettuce, no tomato, no onion. And I think I do that with a lot of foods and that I always felt like a little bitch for.
Okay.
Like I always feel like as this big grown man that is fat, he clearly eats. Like, oh, this guy's out here taking, this and that.
Yeah.
And like always doing that. And when I was younger, it was way worse.
Uh-huh.
Like
what about pickles? You do pickles on burger?
No pickles.
Like, so you want a quarter pounder with bacon, there's nothing else on it?
I want meat and cheese.
Okay.
That's all I want. Or I don't mind like a little mayo. Even just a little mayo, though, nothing crazy.
Ketchup.
I don't mind ketchup. I'd prefer mayo on the burger over ketchup. I don't mind ketchup. I'm not like the biggest ketchup guy. Mm-hmm. I think ketchup also has a phenomenal agent.
Yes, it does.
I think mayo is bad representation.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I'm a mayo fan.
Oh, I'm a huge mayo guy. Mayo. Yeah, I mean, mayo on a burger for me is almost a must.
I actually we went and had a bite at American Bar yesterday, and they have phenomenal fries there. God bless. And they have they gave a little bit of ketchup and a little mayo with the fries. Like I'll do it. Like it's in the right dosage. It's fun. I think like some places they sop mayo on, like that's no good for me. But a little tasteful amount on like a burger, like just a little spread on the bun, I think is fantastic.
I don't make grilled cheeses except with mayo. I paint the outside of bread with mayo as opposed to butter. I fry my grilled cheeses in mayo. That's the next fucking level.
That's how one of my good friends, shout out Mrs. Hayden, she made them like that. And they were always like, the famous, like you go to the Hayden's house, she'll make you a grilled cheese.
Yeah.
And they're excellent.
It's not an overwhelming mayo flavor. Have you done that?
I found out that my mom was making grilled cheese with mayo and I stopped eating it.
Get out of here, really?
I literally, it tasted fine. I loved the taste of it, but I walked in the kitchen one day and saw the mayo going in and I was like,
my girlfriend is essentially mayo phobic.
Really?
Like if you just open the jar, like she gets tense. She hates mayo.
Oh, okay.
Despises it.
I'm with you. I'm a lover of mayo. I don't think that's going to come as a surprise to anybody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this guy likes mayo. Shocker.
But no, like Alabama white sauce too, like mayo-based slaws, all that. Give it to me all the way across on top of ham and Swiss on white toast with heavy mayo, salt and pepper is an elite
Love it
sandwich.
on a cold cut sandwich.
Oh, forget about it. Yeah, it's the greatest thing in the world. What meal do you wish you could get back? Maybe from your childhood. Maybe it was served at a restaurant, no longer exists. Maybe the person who used to make it for you is no longer with us. Or, you just are not going to be able to get to it. Is there one meal that you're like, fuck, Large, if I had this right now, I'd take it down?
Yeah, it's got to be my Nona's cooking. My great-grandmother straight off the boat from Italy.
Oh, I love her.
I was kind of raised on that where she died 4.5 years ago. She was 99, never had a driver's license.
Oh, I love her. I love her. What was her name?
Antoinette. We called her, so Nona is Italian grandmother. We called her Noni. Just kind of, I think when we were younger, kind of just stuck.
Yeah. But she's named Antoinette?
Antonetta Capella.
Oh man, that's great. My wife's name is Antoinette too.
That's all my cousins see. Like we say, my last name is McDowell, so I got like my dad's last name. I didn't really get the roots, but like even all I have cousins on that side that like my uncle's kids that are all like Giovanni Alberto, they're like 18 years, Alessandro Pasquale, all people named after my family members instead of Uncle Patsy and Sandro.
You're Ev McDowell.
Yeah, and it's funny. I just got Evan McDowell. I even remember when I started at Barstool, not to get off track, that KFC randomly, he goes, "What's your last name?" And I told it to him, and he was like, "Get the fuck out."
Yeah.
Because you expected me to say, but yeah, my mother's main name's Capella.
Right.
But yeah, she just made anything where like just from pastas. Like we would go when I think of my great grandmother, it's the family meals like for like Christmas Eve and like Thanksgiving, those things. But it really is down the shore in the summers. We go down weekends sometimes. Or like usually when we were a kid, we'd do at least like maybe a week or two at points. And she would usually either leave the beach early or like on Sundays, for example, she wouldn't even go because she'd be making the meal all fucking day.
That's awesome.
She'd be in the kitchen just cooking. Usually my Aunt Mary and my great aunt would like leave the beach a little early, come help her out. Maybe my mother too, come back, help her out. And just anything just from baked ziti and pastas to chicken marsalas and chicken parms. And
I love her
cooking
so
for
much.
all these people. And even my father was really into the cooking and she really enjoyed my father. And my father he tells a story even now that he would ask her like, how do you, like she has no recipes written down. She never done anything.
Yeah.
And my father
So it's gone.
So he would say like, what do you, they still know it, but he would be like, what my great aunt still has it unlocked. Shout out my Aunt Mary and she still does great. But my father would ask her like, what do you like? What do you put? Like, how much of this? And she would go, this much. She would literally just pinch it,
Right.
this much, with her in her thick Italian accent. So they had nothing written down. She just like I just make the meal. I just know how to do it.
I bet she'd
And she
blow
was
up.
phenomenal.
She would blow up on TikTok. Like I follow Nona Gracie, I believe her name is. She just dropped an olive oil brand. Her grandson had put it. It's in Uncle Giuseppe's. I just bought a bottle the other day. I was influenced. And it's this beautiful old Italian woman. Like one of her eyes kind of does this. And she's like, today I'm going to make for my grandpa. And I just absolutely love her. Like, so to have your Noni kind of in there, like, hey, I'm making all this for my family while they're at the beach. I think that would fucking rip. God bless rest her soul.
She truly is like, they don't make them like that anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Like just live to like my great grandmother came over on the boat, like was a factory worker. Like he actually really what happened was we had family didn't have a ton of money or anything. The reason we have a shore house was he had a bad accident in the factory and he lost his arm in a factory accident and he got a settlement and he used the money to buy the shore house.
Oh wow.
That's still kind of like our shore house.
That the family still uses.
Yeah, that we still use. And that was like his there's a lasting contribution he's made to like our family still being able to get together on my mother's side and everything. Cause now I have like a cousin who like she has I have two cousins that have like young kids now. So that's been nice to kind of go there and be able to regroup down there and stuff. Yeah.
And it didn't cost him an arm and a leg.
Yeah, just one.
Just cost him an arm.
Just up to like here.
So let's say there's a table we'll use carbone. So carbone is a very familiar meal for most people. And, they do some things very good, some things not so good, but you're familiar with the restaurant.
Yeah, I've been a few times. I like carbone.
Who would you like to sit down with? From Barstool, is there a table of 4 people that you think would be best for you to sit down and have a meal? Myself excluded. You do not have to include me, although I think it would be value added to have me there. Is there like a 4 thing where you could be like, yeah, I want to fuck up a big Italian meal at Carbone. I don't care about the expense with these idiots.
Lars, you'd definitely be in there. You're just a man of culture, can talk about a lot of things. I know you know how to order well at the restaurant.
I appreciate
as well.
that. Thank you.
Definitely you. I would have to say 2 more or 3 more.
2 more, 3 more, whatever you want.
I would say, who's someone I really enjoy there? Roan's one, I would say.
Yeah, he's good.
Like Roan's is a good hang, and I think he's also someone who's a very a chameleon type where he can kind of talk about anything. You can go a variety of different lanes. That's something I wish I was better at. I can't always go. I think I can a little bit, but I'm such a sports guy.
No.
That I think sometimes.
You're selling yourself short, man.
I try to be. I try to be.
I have more conversations with you, and we never talk about sports unless I'm asking your opinion on something that I don't know, because I use you as, an expert to a certain degree. I think you're selling yourself extremely short.
I appreciate that.
But go ahead. Give me another person to be sitting at us.
One, and I would say, I'm trying to think of someone.
I'd like to sit down I don't know if I've ever had a meal with Roan.
Yeah, he's got the Italian name too.
Yeah.
I would say I'm trying to pick people too that I don't hang out with a ton or anything. Honestly, every time you go out, Fights is a good time.
Yeah, Fights is a good time.
Fights is definitely a guy like that. You I know my girlfriend very much enjoyed talking to him about Marty's wedding. He's just a very pleasant, good vibes guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be someone that fights, and he's someone who me and him don't we don't hang out outside the office or anything, but I always enjoy when he's around.
Can I bring one friend?
Sure.
I'd bring Clem.
Clem's great. I love Clem.
He's
Clem's
a vibes
awesome.
guy. I think he's a
Clem's
vibes guy.
awesome.
He's great around the
Absolutely.
table. I think he's one of those dudes who, to your point, you sit in with Roan and he's got the ability to talk about anything. Clem is a sneaky, just fascinating type dude on the side. So I'll bring Clem. You bring the rest of the guys and we'll do that.
Robbie too.
Robbie too. Yeah.
Robbie
I don't
Fox
know
is
how
great.
much he eats. I don't want to go
It's fair.
someplace and spread out the table and have someone just say, this isn't necessarily Robbie. I think Robbie did the prime rib sandwich. That's why I went.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons why I was staying away from some people is I don't know if they just eat everything that we put out. As long as there's no raw tomatoes there, I think you're pretty much DTF
I don't mind that on the
it.
table.
Yeah.
That's the one with the tomato mozzarella. That's always one that's lost me.
Right.
Just give me the mozzarella.
I hear you. A little bit of balsamic glaze. And then we'll close it up by asking you, and you can be as granular as you want. What is your death row meal when they finally catch you for all the shit you did at Coastal Carolina?
Yeah, and on the island, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
What do we? So when we do this, are we talking it's just one entree?
No.
So get nuts.
I will tell you right now, I had asked Kadick. By the way, Kadick's very cool to talk to.
Yeah,
too.
we had a nice big dinner in Chicago. A bunch of us were out there.
Yeah.
Katie was there, had a great time. Have came back after trips and spent the day at the office watching college football. Had a blast together.
Yeah, but I will
Indiana
tell you,
gonna
I got along with him swimmingly, and as you probably did as well. And I asked him, I could have stepped out of the room, honestly, and came back 20 minutes later, and he wasn't even at dessert yet. I mean,
I can do the same.
Yeah.
please.
It was one of those things. I didn't have the heart to tell him, and I let people go with it. But then I had read that most death rows cap your meal between $70 and $110. And that changes everything.
It does.
So I'm not putting a cap on it
I appreciate
because
that.
you're never going to be on death
No.
row. You know what I mean? So I'm not putting a cap on it, and I need something that you can get. If it's one of those things, obviously we know Nona can't make the chicken marsala anymore, but give me something specific that you would want for your death row meal. You can make it as elaborate as you need.
Okay, so first I'm going porterhouse off the rip. Definitely.
How do you take your steak?
So it's changed. I actually think Dave's talked about this recently, and I actually agree with him. I think there's been a weird change in the last couple of years where medium rare has become medium, and then medium rare has gotten too rare. So now I'm the type, for example, when I order a burger, I usually order medium rare. But steaks, me and the girl will split a porterhouse sometimes, or she'll get her whatever. We'll usually do will you do medium now? We've kind of went to medium because so probably medium.
Steakhouse medium is close to medium rare.
That's what my father's always said. It's close to the medium rare usually.
I will tell you too, I'll do medium rare on my strips. I'll do medium on my ribeyes.
Fair. Yeah.
So there is no thing. I was just curious. So it looks like we're in the same boat. So you're starting off with a porterhouse. Nice little appetizer.
I don't know if you're in this place in Charleston called Hal's. I'm pretty sure it's kind of famous. One of the best meals I ever had. There's two, probably the porterhouse from there, if I had to choose. And then they have this
Can you check if Hal's in where?
In Charleston, South Carolina.
Is it the same one that's in is it also in Atlanta?
There might be. I think they have two, actually. I think you might
there's
be right.
also one.
Is the one in
they have
Atlanta
two.
on Old Ivy?
Yeah, Old Ivy.
Yeah, so I'm a Hal's. Well, this is fucking crazy, isn't
Phenomenal.
it? Yeah.
I'll actually give Marty credit. We went and filmed the High Noon video down there.
Okay.
And then the crew, like me, Marty, and all like Tara, who's great, and like Steve Romano.
Oh yeah, Tara's wonderful.
She's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
And we had a few people. We all went out and had like a nice meal there after like the shoot and everything. One of the best meals ever.
Steve's
had.
great too. I shouldn't.
Yeah,
just
Steve's
say that.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
One of the best meals I ever had. And that I remember me and Marty split the porterhouse. Was fantastic. And then they have this pepper jack creamed corn skillet, I think it was.
Oh
called.
Jesus! At house?
That truly was unbelievable. My girlfriend, her cousin just got married down there, and her parents went, and I said, like, they were going there. I think it's like the spot in Charleston. Like when we booked the reservation, Mark, we booked it like months out.
Can someone correct us who's listening to this? Because he's talking about Hal's in Charleston. I'm talking about Hal's Old Ivy in Atlanta, and it seems like it's very. Did you happen to get a martini while you were there?
No, I think I had a.
Because Hal's the one I have fishbowl martinis, skewer, one with one olive with an anchovy in it, one with blue cheese, one with a cocktail onion with it, and one with a pimento in it on top of your ice cold fishbowl martini. Another thing that I'm doing. But you got Hal's.
There, I'll give them credit because I think they're so elite. I think I asked for my standard double vodka sugar for Red Bull. I'm like 90% sure they went across the street, grabbed some sugar, like all class.
That's very nice.
All class.
Yeah, yeah.
So there, and they have the peppercorn, pepper jack cream corn skillet, one of the best things I've ever had. I think I also there's another Dino and Harry's the corn creme brulee.
Oh yeah, the crack.
Me and Marty. I know Marty and Ria go all the time. It is unbelievable. It literally it's like candy, but it's like it's fantastic. So I have to throw that in there too. I've seen you talk about this recently. Love a good lamb chop.
Oh, yeah.
Love a good lamb chop. And specifically, I think the best one I ever had was actually my friend. You might be familiar with the venue. It was in North Jersey. Very nice venue. He had one of the best cocktail. I think the best cocktail I've ever seen at a wedding.
Okay.
Unbelievable. They had lamb chops there that were to die for.
Really?
So I think that I would say from there, got to throw this is where I would throw I'll throw my Aunt Marion's manicotti in there.
Sure.
Need some pastas. She makes.
I love the fact you didn't say manicotti.
No, never.
Manicotti.
Never. Mozzarella.
Yeah,
always. Yeah, no, never. I was raised that way. My mother never heard her say mozzarella.
Yeah, yeah.
Mozzarella, manicotti. Same type that how Nani made it. Which is my Aunt Marion's mother. So Aunt Marion still she does the damn thing, so she's got it on.
I love her too.
So
man.
shout out Marianne. She's phenomenal, my aunt. There. This is where so you talk about the bone thing. You talk about what was it? The pork chop having the bone with the fried. So when it Carbone, the veal parm, they give one of those. And I think maybe the first time I went, I was so uncultured, I didn't even realize it and just didn't touch the bone.
Oh, okay.
And so we didn't finish it and we packed it up. And I ate the bone at home later. Holy shit, was it good?
Greatest, right?
Oh my God. Yeah. So I think I have to say on all these entrees, veal parm from Carbone was unbelievable. That's what I know it's their signature basic thing that I do think the spicy rig is fantastic.
That's great. They do a great spicy rigs.
I'd throw that on there too.
I'm gonna slow it down just so everyone knows. We're starting with a porterhouse. Then we're going into the pepper jack cream corn skillet.
That's more of a side. I guess those are all in.
Those are sides. Then we're going over to Miriam, and
my Aunt Marianne.
Yeah, Aunt Marianne. So we're doing Aunt Marianne's homemade manigot, and then we're gonna do a veal parm from Carbone, followed up by the spicy rigatoni at Carbone.
Yeah.
And then what else?
And the corn creme brulee from Dino and Harry's.
Corn creme brulee. I forgot about that.
And then we're also doing lamb chops from whatever plate.
Lamb chops. I forgot. By the way, lowest score ever in a Chicago dog walk draft. Things that you'd like to see at an outdoor cookout barbecue. Lamb chops. Lowest score ever for an answer and the fucking thing.
Awesome.
You know what I got beat by? Chief saying that he likes burrata at one of those things. I'm not mad.
I like burrata.
I love burrata, but burrata could suck my cock next to somebody throwing me out a nice fucking perfectly cut lamb chop, and I'm talking salt and pepper. If you want to go the rosemary, oregano, the ones at Fort Charles, They do them. They're elite.
I saw that.
Very good. Yeah,
incredible.
But over burrata, apparently that still stings. All right, so we're up to date on what else? Anything else?
I'm trying to think anything that really stands out. See, I already got my pasta covered.
You do,
but I do like a good my grandfather makes an unbelievable homemade mac and cheese that I think we're having all the
sure.
pasta.
Why not?
This is how you end up with a figure like this. We were doing his mac and cheese. It's unbelievable. I'm also a big fan of thick pasta. I like the thick noodles.
Okay.
Not that I'm anti spaghetti, but if you're giving me the choice, I'm always picking rigatone, penne. Always. That's always going to be what I'm going to go with.
I hear.
That should have.
Can I ask you? I don't feel comfortable putting you to death without you having at least one dessert. Is there a dessert that you can throw in on that?
I would have to say probably a brownie sundae type, where there's because I like the brownie bite with the vanilla ice cream.
Okay.
Or a cookie skillet always plays with some ice cream.
Right.
I think that's an underrated dessert that it's also kind of basic, but it just always it's almost it's hard to fuck it up.
It is. If you have a good hot brownie
soft,
with
where it's soft, but it still has that little bit of crunch on the ridges from the skillet. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I think, I'm such a sweets guy, from cakes and whatever and all that, a nice fluffy cake, like a rainbow cake from Carlo's.
Yeah.
It's just
Carlo's Bakery.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. In Hoboken.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to wrap this up. By the way, that's pretty elite.
That meal
one
would
too.
just kill me.
That's a pretty elite one. I don't know if it's one of those things where somebody, because I can't ask Ian to do much more, somebody's got to make a graphic of these people and their death row meals. Put it next to it. If you grab fucking Kadek, maybe get Una on it or something. You grab Kadek and you put his thing next to it. You grab Ev, you put T-Bob. We've had some monster, no one's ever done I just want one simple olive with the pit in. That way when they bury me, a tree will blossom. No one's done anything like that. Or fill your fucking pockets with popcorn. That way it goes off in the electric chair. Everyone's got these gigantic meals and I love them. So I would love to figure out exactly how much that would cost to put you to death and exactly how many calories it would be before you
gave me that meal, I would just die.
Oh yeah, exactly. That'd be the one. Yeah, you could save you could save something. So this is Big Ev. Big Ev, where do people go to see you the most? What would you like to, is there anything you want to promote?
Just Double Vodka Don, Twitter, Instagram. Just Unnecessary Roughness podcast and all socials. Barstool College Football Show, Pick Central, Spinning Backfist with me, Robbie, and Jack Mack. It's been a ton of fun doing MMA stuff and little combat sports. And all that.
We've done some boxing together.
I love boxing. It's great. So all those, any of the gambling streams, all that, just Twitter for giving out picks every day.
Yeah. And with all that on his plate, he still managed to carve out an hour for us, which I appreciate more than you know.
It's been a blast. I've been looking forward to this.
Big Ev, so what I'd like to do is, and Ian, if you agree with this, just please agree with this. I think a guy like you, if you go out tomorrow night with your girlfriend and you have a meal that fucking knocks your eye out, you can come in and tell us about it. I think to just tape this, have and Marty sitting in the chair and be like, oh, by the way, I've had a meal last night. You just want to, Large, by the way, you got to go to Harry and Dino's now put this other thing on the menu. Their creme brulee and their rice pudding. You know what I mean? They're doing that type of thing.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things that I would love to hear it. I would consistently love to hear what everyone in this office is eating. And it's a good way to kind of bring the office together too,
Absolutely.
So you see something, you're like, Large, I had some, let me know. We'll put it in and all that shit.
Put me onto a place around in that's either Hoboken, Jersey City, Manhattan, in this area, in this
general
area. What is it?
You going to Raza, Jersey City?
I don't think I have.
Okay. Yeah. Put that on.
Me and the girlfriend, I'll go.
Yeah. Put it on your menu. So they make their own butter, which I always love. So they do this bread and butter type thing. You're talking about carbs. So bread is my downfall. Bread and butter is my downfall. If you give me crusty bread, a bottle of red wine, and sweet cream butter, game over. I love that. And particularly after I have a blunt to the face. Wait, no, I face a blunt? What do I do again?
Blunt. You could say both, blunt to the face a blunt.
Right, okay.
Both work.
Yeah, blunt to the face sounds like a load though. You know what I mean? So I face a blunt, and then I do that. But yeah, I'll send you the thing on it. Raza does a pretty good job with that just to start, and everything else is good there. If you were talking about Italian carbs, we'll do it.
Done. We'll go in the next few weeks.
Yeah, you're the man. All right, Ev, I always appreciate your time, and we'll see you guys. Listen, on top of appreciating Ed's time, I appreciate Pepsi's continued support. So wherever you're going to go, make sure you order Pepsi because good food deserves Pepsi. And we'll see you guys next time on You Got to Try This.